He's running away from us. Well, we're in Reading, and I'm with my good friend Peter Snyder here. And hi, brother.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hi, Ron.
Here we go again. And we're over at the Manor at Market Square for the 1% for Humanity's installation of a Japanese garden. Kind of in the same manner of feng shui, of making a living space, a livable space, an easy breathing space inside of the city here, where everybody can, anybody that that's actually in this building, which is an assisted living complex here, to be able to come out and enjoy a nice quiet spot where they would have none otherwise. So we're going to just take a look around here and talk to Peter a little bit more about this. Do you want to tell us about the 1% for Humanities part of this?
Yeah, this city back in the last 30 years or so has had the 1% for the arts, where any building project, 1% of the total cost, I think, goes to some type of art project in the city.
Yes.
What these people opted to do is they contacted me to present a proposal to do an art garden as sculpture as their 1%. So basically the sculpture, the money didn't go to like a sculpture, bronze sculpture downtown someplace. It went into their backyard, basically.
Right, so it's not really like public sculpture,
yeah,
like
exactly.
Outdoor sculpture, any of that stuff. It's
Yeah.
more like it's more of an environment.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Art is what you make of it, and anything you want to make. I just happen to do it with natural materials. It's nothing any different than somebody doing a bronze down here, or a stainless steel piece, or some. This has all the elements, and it's constructed in an aesthetic, creative way, and it means something a little bit more than just the typical thing. This is an assisted living home here at the Manor at Market Square, and so everybody here is either extremely old or they have walkers and some disabilities, but the object here is that they can come out here and find peace and rest and tranquility. And this is, quite frankly, open to anyone in the city. This is public. It is, so the city donated some money towards it, but most of the money came from their 1% of the arts. The city did throw in some money, actually. And this was, I presented this in 1998. We started in 1999, and we just finished it this summer in 2009. So it took 10 years, and most of that was because of the Manor at Market Square coming up with the funding.
Right. So
they didn't put an escrow or anything. They just did it little by little, which kind of messed us up a little bit and me up. But I'm just happy that it's finished.
Oh yeah.
So the key now is it'll grow into itself. And maintaining it is something different.
Oh yeah. Well, looking at this place, it's really, this is some really some heavy movement here, because you have, for one, these seats. This is teak, right?
Yeah.
With washers, and you have these massive, heavy stones in here. These things must weigh a couple tons. You managed to move these things in here and do?
Yeah. Yeah, they're sunk way down in the ground, and they're pinned in with steel rods. And these, if you can see the bamboo back here, these are galvanized steel drainage tubes painted with automotive paints. And then they're sunk down the ground 3 feet so the bamboo can't escape. And then it's planted with bamboo that gets about 10 to 12 feet high. And so it's another element that I thought would help with the whole, I think it's called Kara Sansui, Japanese style of garden building, where you have rocks resembling mountains and large expanses of small rocks resembling lakes. So, and then these standing stones could be just about any. I just sort of threw them in because I thought it was cool. But
they're awesome, really. They add a nice, powerful feeling to the place. They really do kind of like almost act as guardians, almost like Like
Sentinels.
sentinels. That's
Yeah.
that's the correct word. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're in between each of the tubes. And there's two pergolas. There's this main big pergola here. There's a smaller one down there. And we sort of made it like a flying bird so we could get the bird thing going with the garden.
Let's take a look at the other pergola.
Okay.
And look at some of these other rocks here. These are huge. You managed to move all of these yourself?
They were that big and heavy. We had to have the big trucks from Rolling Rock come in and dump them right in place, and then we twisted them and turned them the way I wanted them with our big loaders.
Wow.
But this one weighs at least 7 tons. And but you can see here in that shot is like an island in the middle of a lake. Or 2 islands actually.
Yeah.
You know, and that would these people. You know, they grew up with images of, you know, Engelmann's and Blue Marsh and the Pagoda and Neversink Mountain. And so this is the kind of thing that can reflect those memories when they're sitting out here.
Looks nice.
And it's a way for them to go into introspection and think about their lives, think about what they might want to do with their lives. Their lives aren't over.
Yeah, just because they're in assisted living doesn't mean that it's over yet.
And what's really cool about it is, now this is just kind of a fun little thing I did here with this. I found this really awesome rock down at Rolling Rock. Decided to make like just a sort of a natural sculptural thing.
Rolling Rock Stone Nursery, right?
Stone Quarry.
Stone Quarry, yes, okay.
And so it looks like pie, you know. But here you can see these like lines of it's called liriope. It's an evergreen low grass that follows through and it cuts through with the color of the walk through to the other colors all through the garden. These rivers, and that's sort of the Schuylkill River in a sense.
Right, and we also have like the changing shape of the pavers here as like right here.
There you go. Follows it through. And then it would eventually connect to the other garden on the other side. I designed 2 gardens actually. This one and the other one. The other one will never be built and never was built.
Right.
But you know.
Well,
and not to mention I painted all the lights.
And
they go with the tubes. They have the purples and the oranges. And
some amazing foliage here. What is this plant? What do you call this thing?
That's a Hinoki cypress.
Wow, it's very unusual.
And that's butterfly Japanese maple. Now, not everything here is Japanese, of course. There's a lot of you know, regular perennials and butterfly bushes. There's Alaskan weeping cedars. That's a wild plant there. There's a Mahonia bailey. It's a form of an Oregon grape holly, but that came from China.
Wow. So you imported all these plants as well?
No,
too?
they're here. I just picked them for here because they're very sculptural. You know, everything has to be kind of sculptural for me. But look at the lines and textures in these rocks.
These are gorgeous. Wow.
And by the way, this piece is called Silent Stones. That's the name of it.
That's the name of the whole piece. It's called Silent Stones.
The standing stones behind the seating area and the pergolas and the back here and these guys here, they're quiet. They quiet the mind. It's kind of like meditation.
Yeah, yeah.
And one thing, this is the coolest little paragraph. I wrote this. I'm going to read this to you.
Okay.
Because this is really cool. What is it about rocks, boulders, and stones and their ageless impact on the human soul? Why is it that when an artist manipulates earth and soil, the spirit is moved? How is it that the sizes, textures, shapes, and colors of plants can be arranged like an impressionistic painting? It is because the natural world provides us with a memory of transcendent time and experiences. These are the materials of the planet Earth, and these are the materials of Silent Stones. So that's what I wrote about it as the opening line for this. And I think it fits this perfectly, actually.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
So.
Okay. Well, I think that's all the time I have on this tape here. So I'm gonna call it a quitter right now. And how do you end something like this? You know.
You just run around, jump on a rock, and
you run around, jump on a rock, and do some meditation. There you go. But thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Ron.
As always.
Yeah.
Okay.